Happy Saturday. If you're new here, hi, my name is Sophie and I'm a first year 4th grade teacher in Southern California. And today's video is going to be a weekend in my life vlog. And I also thought I'd update you on how the year's going, how being a first year teacher is, because I realized I meant to vlog a long time ago. I think I recorded a video of me just talking about my experience as a first year teacher, and then I didn't end up posting it. I don't know why. I think I just got busy and forgot to edit it, and then I just gave up on that video. So today, Hazel, no! Sorry about that. I have a puppy who likes to go into the trash and take things, and I don't want to mess in my apartment. So yeah, I figured today I'll just kind of take you through my day. We're about to go out to breakfast and get some crepes, so very excited for that. And then I have a few errands to run. I want to go to Target to get some stuff for the pairs in my class for Valentine's Day. One of the other 4th grade teachers got the stuff that we're giving the kids, and so I put those bags together for the kids yesterday during school. So now I just want to get some chocolates and snacks for my paras. I have 4 amazing paras in my classroom, so I'm just going to put together a little Valentine's gift for them. And then I need to go to the bank because we're going on a field trip on Friday, which I'm so excited about. The kids are so excited because this is their first field trip since 1st grade, I think. And so we're going to the missions because a big standard in 4th grade and the unit we just finished is on the California missions. And so we're going to one of the missions, and the students had to send in a few dollars to go on the field trip. So I have a bunch of just $1 bills, and we don't want to show up to the mission with $300 in ones and be like, here we go. So I'm going to go to the bank and try to swap out those bills for some bigger bills so that way it's easier to give the money to the missions. And then I really want to go to Crumble Cookies. I've been craving that all week, so I think we're going to go do that today. So yeah, today should be just, running, doing some errands, fun, relaxing day. And yeah, I need to go get Hazel a new leash because I don't like the leash that she has. So we're going to go to Petco or Target. So yeah, and then in between that, when I get home later, I will update you on how the year is going. So yes, it's been a year. I feel yeah, we'll get into this later. All right, I will see you later. It is a while later since after I vlogged. I'm about to work out. I just need to get a computer charger for my husband because I leave my computer charger at school and my computer is dead. So I need to get my workout on my computer. So I thought I'd just update you guys while I'm waiting for him. So today has been good. We went out to breakfast this morning and we went to this really great crepe place. We took Hazel, and I love crepes and I was craving one today. I don't know why. So we found a cute little cafe that we went to for breakfast and had a little breakfast date, which was fun. And then we went to Target and I got some chocolates and candies for the paras in my class, and I had extra gift bags from when I made my students' bags. So I'm gonna make those probably Monday before school starts and then give them to them on Tuesday. So I got that. I also got a new book, which I'm super excited about. So my bookmark isn't so weird. But it's called Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score. It is so thick, but I've seen so many people read it and I've heard really good things about it. So I really wanted to read it, and I just finished It Starts With Us, and my goal this year is to read 20 books. Because I know so many people are able to read a book so fast in a few days, and I feel I could do that if I just read all day. But so many times during the week I come home with the intention of okay, I want to read my book because I'm reading a book that I really like, but I'm so exhausted that after I come home and I shower and I walk my dog and I work out, I literally fall asleep on the couch at 7 o'clock, or I'm just so exhausted that I feel I can't read a book. I'm just not gonna absorb any of it, so I either just watch TV or I literally pass out. So my goal is to read a book. I also started listening to audiobooks too, which has been really fun. I'm listening to Happy People Are Annoying right now by Josh Peck, and I just love Josh Peck, and honestly just hearing his voice brings me so much happiness. So I've been listening to that on my way to and from home from work. And I feel like that's a good way to read books too. And I have a question for you. Let me know in the comments or message me on Instagram. Would you count listening to an audiobook as reading a book? Because my coworker was talking about this and I said yes. I think if you listen to a book, like I would say, oh, I read that book. Like it's different, but like you still like absorb the information. So I don't know. I'm curious. What do you think? So yeah, so I'm reading this one right now. Also leave book recommendations in the comments. I also have Hannah Brown's book that I want to read as well. I started reading this one yesterday, but then I decided I wanted to read another fiction one, and I've been really wanting to read this one, but it's so long that I was like overwhelmed by it. And because I was reading other books, I read a bunch of Colleen Hoover books, so I wanted to finish those before starting a new one. So that was my Target update. I think that's all I got from Target was just the candies. Oh, and I got some dog toys for Hazel, of course. Always getting dog toys for her. And then, yeah, that was it from Target. Then we got home. When we got home, I started my new book. I'm on page like 70, I think. So I'm going to read a little bit more today. It's really good so far. And then I took Hazel for a nice long walk, so that was good. I wanted to walk 3 miles, but by 2 miles, she like was over it and didn't want to walk anymore. So we got to like 2 miles, but that's fine. I'm going to try to go on another long walk with her tomorrow. So we did that, and then I read more of my book, I had lunch, and then here we are. So not like a super eventful day. It was honestly just what I needed. I wanted like a chill day. We still were productive, did some errands, and yeah, so now I'm going to do some do a quick little bar workout. I was going to do yoga, but I just don't really feel like doing yoga right now, so we're going to start off with bar, and then if I feel motivated to do yoga, I'll do that too. And then I'm going to update you on how the school year is going. So stay tuned for that. Hello, I am back. I just finished dinner. Hazel is playing under the cover. Oh my god, I'm like so full from dinner. I ate so much because I was starving, and now I'm like in a food coma. But I'm going to just chat with you guys about how being a first year teacher is. We're in February, so we are halfway through the year, which is crazy. We finished trimester 1. You want to be in the video? Back in, I want to say December. And I don't know when trimester 2 ends, and then we only have one more trimester, so that's pretty crazy. We just had the 100th day of school, I think, 2 weeks ago. We don't do anything in 4th grade, but I saw all the kindergartners and TKers dressed up as old people, so that's how I knew. But yeah, so this year overall, I think that it's been going really well, considering that I'm a first year teacher. Being a first year teacher is definitely very stressful, and I remember the first day of school went super well, and I have videos from like the first week where I updated you back then, but the first month, 2 months, I'd say were really, really stressful. And I think it was just like the pressures of being a first year teacher. Like I don't think there was anything specific that was like stressing me out, because my school is super collaborative, which is really nice. And so every week we get Tuesdays to plan, and so I get to meet with the other grade level teachers, and we lesson plan and everything together. So that's really nice. So I really don't spend any time at home having to come up with my own lessons, which I know that could take hours. So I'm really grateful for that. And then I'm usually able to get most of my prep done at school. And so anything I do at home is mostly extra things like finding things for centers and then printing that. But I normally have time to like laminate and set things up in the mornings before school, because I typically get there like an hour before students get there, and then kids leave. School ends at 2:55, but kids don't leave the room, all of them, until 3:15, and then our contract hours are till 4, so I have like an hour most days during the week after school as well if I don't have any meetings to get work done. So in terms of bringing work home, I really don't have much that I need to bring home, which is super nice, especially considering that I cannot stay up late at night anymore. So in terms of like the workload, it hasn't been too bad. Like I obviously have a lot going on. Oh, getting a call from my mother. Hold on. I kind of forget what I was talking about. But yeah, so in terms of like planning and stuff like that, like the 4th grade team is really great at my school. I love them both. I feel super prepared and planned with them. They're really great about explaining everything to me because some of the curriculum and stuff is confusing and hard, and I was like, I needed help with that. So that was all really good. I think it was just like the pressures of being a first year teacher and just a teacher in general. And like last year I student taught for the entire year, and so I feel like I did get really good experience. I had to mentor teachers, and I would be there every day, all day, get to work with the kids. By the end of it, I was teaching the whole day. But I think it's still like, no matter how much experience you have in student teaching and everything, like being a teacher, like a first year teacher, and realizing like you are in charge of these children. Like I have 26 kids, and realizing like you are their teacher, you're in charge of them, you have to make sure that you teach them, that you're there for them, that they're safe, that they're everything, and that all falls on you. And then you have to talk to parents and respond to parent emails and just be on top of all of this stuff. I think just that was very overwhelming to me. And it got to the point where I think it was right after my birthday. So I think it was in October, like the very beginning of October, where I had missed like several days of school because I was feeling, I think I could have been sick, or I was just like so anxious and overwhelmed that I was like physically not feeling well. And I missed a few days of school because of it over like a few weeks. And I like was having trouble sleeping, and I was just not in a very good place. Like I was super anxious. I was very overwhelmed. I don't know if I was, like, I think I still was enjoying teaching. I just was very overwhelmed by things and some things that had happened at work. And so I was just like not super looking forward to going every day. And I was actually really anxious about going. And so I ended up going to urgent care, and I was able to get anxiety medication. And so I started Lexapro for my anxiety in October, I think like mid-October. So now it's been, I think 4 months on it, November, December, January, February, 4 months. And I think that it has helped me a lot. I still have anxiety. Like it's not like, oh my God, it's cured, but that did help me a lot. And I didn't know if I wanted to share that with you guys, but I figured I would because I want to be real with you guys about teaching, about my life, and I don't want to make it seem like it's this like perfect, easy job and that everything's fine, because that's just not the reality of it. And I know like when I would watch other teacher YouTubers when I was in college, like I'd be like, oh my God, like this looks like the perfect life. Like they're so happy, their classrooms are so cute, they love their job, and it just looked so like easy and fun and great. And like, while teaching is awesome and it's great and I do love it, it's certainly not easy. And it's not all like cute decorated classrooms and classroom setup and stuff like that, and just like laminating and prepping things. Like those are, the fun parts of the job. At least I think so. I don't know. I just wanted to be honest about that because I know there's a lot of other teachers that I've seen on Instagram and TikTok, and especially my other friends that are teachers, who have or had similar struggles to me. And so if you are also feeling like this, you're not alone. And I just want to say that if you do struggle with anxiety or depression or something, and it feels like I feel like I struggled with that for a really long time, like especially the last like year or two since COVID. And I like knew that it didn't seem like normal. Like I feel like it's normal to have anxiety and to be sad sometimes. Like that's totally normal. That's a normal emotion. Nothing's wrong with you because of that. But for me, it felt like it was so extreme sometimes that like last year, I remember during student teaching, I felt like so overwhelmed. Like I was literally drowning and like couldn't breathe. And last year I tutored when I was fully student teaching and getting my master's, and it was a lot. And I remember one day I just had to like cancel tutoring because I had an awful migraine. I literally felt like I couldn't breathe. I just had to go home and sleep. And I remember I fell asleep at like 4 o'clock, and my roommate was like, thought I was dead. She was so concerned because I had not come out of my room to have dinner or anything. Like I was just asleep, and she had to come wake me up and check on me. So if you're feeling that way and you're feeling like the amount of anxiety that you have is like getting in the way of you functioning, and you don't feel like yourself, and you don't feel happy, and you don't feel like you're able to like live your life, like go to the doctor, go tell someone, go get help, because it sucks feeling like that. And like I am so grateful that I have such a supportive family and parents that were like took me to the doctor and got me medication that I clearly needed. And it makes me sad thinking that, like, if I didn't have the support from my family, I don't know that I would have done that to myself and done that for myself. And if I didn't do that for myself, like, I don't know where I would be right now. Like, I honestly don't, because teaching is really, really hard and really stressful. And I was like really not doing well in October. So yeah, I just wanted to share that. So if you're feeling the same, you're not alone, because I know that sometimes it just kind of feels isolating, and especially on social media, it seems like everyone's life is just like perfect, and their classrooms are cute, and their clothes are cute, and they're doing all of these amazing things, and you never know what's actually going on. And I know when I was like feeling like that, and I wasn't, feeling my best, like I wasn't posting because I didn't feel good. I would go home and go to sleep at 7 o'clock or even earlier, and I didn't have energy to post, and I didn't want to post because I wasn't in a good headspace. And so I feel like, when I'm posting, it's because I'm happy and I'm in a good mood and I'm energized and I want to share this with you. But I also want to share things that aren't necessarily like the good, glorious, positive parts of things, but it's also life. And yeah, so that's my blurb. Sorry for blabbing on for so long. I just wanted to tell you guys that and be real with you, because I feel like it's important. And if you do take medication, if you do need help, like, you're not alone, and you should not feel ashamed about that. That's one thing I love. What is she now? Hello, Miss Romeo. Jess, I've been watching her on YouTube for so long, and she is such an inspiration. She's an incredible teacher, just an incredible human being. She's so sweet and so nice, but she's also so open about her struggles with mental health and getting medication. And I would see her post and I'd be like, oh my God, like, I feel like that. So maybe I have, something, or maybe I need to go to the doctor or get medication, but I was always too scared to do that. And so I'm so happy that I finally did. And so if you feel that same way, please don't be scared, because nobody should live crappy because they're scared to ask for help. All right, well, that is my PSA about that. I'm done now. I feel like work has gotten a lot better. I truly love being a teacher. I love teaching 4th grade. I know if you've been here for a while, you know how nervous I was when I found out that I was switching from 1st to 4th grade, and I was like not super stoked on it, but it turned out to be so wonderful. So this is also like my PSA. If you are going to be a first-year teacher, chances are you're not going to get to choose what grade that you teach in. And I know I heard everybody say that, and I was like, no, well, I'll just apply for jobs that are for 1st grade or kindergarten or lower elementary. And that's what I did. So when I got offered my job, they didn't know what grade. And then I was able to tell them that I wanted TK or first. And then they eventually did offer me 1st grade. But then things change. And that's so often in education. Like, I know someone at my student teaching school told me that up until like the week or the day even before school started, she got moved grades. And so that's just so common, and I feel like you have to be prepared for that. Like, you don't think that's going to happen to you. I certainly didn't think that that was going to happen to me, and it did. And I know someone else in my cohort that also happened to her, and so it is like a fairly common thing that happens. So I think just like going into it with an open mind, because I could have easily, like, once I got switched, just been like, I'm not going to do this. I'm going to look for another job. And I could have, tried to pursue something else, but I'm glad that I stuck with it. And I was super scared. I was super nervous. I didn't know what to expect, but I'm really glad that I stuck with it, because my team is amazing. I love my school. I love my students. They are so sweet and they're so funny. And I have the best time with them. They make every day so, so good. And so teaching is hard. Like, it's a hard profession. I come back some days so emotionally drained, like, especially the past month. I think January and February so far has been the hardest month of school, hands down. Like, the curriculum's getting harder in 4th grade. There's just more behaviors, and there's been so much drama. And I think that it's the kids just maturing. But there's been like physical altercations happening, and then a bunch of girl drama. And just like, especially if you're not doing well yourself, like, not that I haven't been doing well, but teaching, again, is exhausting. There's a lot of anxiety and stress there. And so sometimes I'd be like, very overwhelmed myself. A 4th grade drama and curriculum is no joke. And I think especially like now, a lot of my kids have turned 10, they're all getting older, they're all maturing, which is great. But at the same time, they all have these like really big, strong emotions, which are all valid. And when friendship drama and things like that happen, like they don't necessarily have the tools or the ability to like cope with that on their own. And so sometimes they'll come back in from recess and they'll be crying and they'll need to talk to me. And it's like very overwhelming when you're like, okay, like I want to address everybody's needs here, but I have 26 kids and I don't have anyone else in the classroom right now. And we have all this curriculum to cover. And then there's this happening and that's happening. And so many kids are asking me questions and it's like very, very overwhelming and draining. So there was definitely like a part of me last week, I think, where I just like broke down crying because it's just a lot to deal with all these little kid, all their problems, and then your own problems and other things you're dealing with and all the other pressures of teaching. But I feel like that's just normal teacher stuff. Like if you're a teacher, you probably understand what I'm saying. Or maybe not. Maybe I make no sense because I'm really tired. But hopefully I make sense. So, yeah. So basically, what I'm saying is this year has been good. There's definitely been challenges and struggles and things, but overall, I'd say it's been a good year, especially as a first-year teacher. Like I am very grateful for my coworkers and my class. I feel really, really lucky to have gotten such a wonderful class for my first year. And my mentor, she's like come in and she's like, your class is so quiet and so well behaved. And she's like no other classes are like that. She was like, you will probably not have that experience next year. And I was like, I know. So I'm just trying to like soak it in now and just enjoy every day with them because they seriously are the sweetest kids and they're so funny. Like I love how fourth graders, they just have such a good personality. Like they all have their own personalities. They say the funniest things and sometimes they say things that crack me up and I immediately have to go like write it down because I don't want to forget it. And like 1,000,001 things happen in a day that I'll be like, oh, I'll remember that when they go to recess in 30 minutes. And then I'll like go to sit down at my desk when they go to recess and I'm like, oh my God, they said something funny that I wanted to write down and I have no idea what it is because things go in one ear, out the other, and my memory is terrible. Like I have to write everything down, otherwise I cannot remember. So yeah, but this year has been going well. I'm trying to vlog more for you guys. I do want to vlog more in my classroom. I had so many intentions of doing that this week. And this week was insane. Like we had our mission museum, which was really exciting. That's like a big thing fourth grade does. They made artifacts out of boxes and different materials, and then they paper mache'd them and then painted them. And they also made a quiz board, which was like this flip-floppy book. I call it, I don't know how to actually explain it. But it was really fun. And then their parents got to come and they presented to 3rd and 5th grade the day before to practice. And that went really well. So that was a lot of stress, a lot of work. They worked super hard on it. So that was this week. And then we had our walk and roll-a-thon, which was also fun. And it was just a busy week. And then next week we have our first field trip. So just a lot going on in the month of February. And Valentine's Day, so we have our Valentine's Day party coming up. So just lots of things. But all good stuff. And then we have spring break. Our spring break is so late. It's not till April. So we still have a while until then. So hopefully we make it through. But yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to end the video here because I blabbed on for way too long. If you're still watching, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video or found something helpful. If you're here, if you're watching, thank you for watching. I would love if you subscribe to my channel and like this video, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, friends.